Today is October 22nd. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Transportation Committee and a joint special meeting with the Public Works Committee. I'm Councilwoman Heather Hutt, Chair of Transportation Committee, and I'm joined today by Councilmember Hernandez, Chair of Public Works Committee. Members, I'd like to open the Transportation Committee, take public comment, and act on non-controversial items, and then we'll recess so we can handle the special joint committee with Public Works. Afterwards, we'll return to the Transportation Committee agenda to go through the discussion items. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Madam Chair. For the Transportation Committee, Councilmember Hutt,
Here.
Councilmember Park is absent, Councilmember Hernandez,
Present.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, and Councilmember Nazarian is absent. We do not have a quorum for the Transportation Committee.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We will go through the items, and then our other member will be here when it's voting time, if traffic permits. Thank you.
Okay.
So now, we'd like to take public comment. Hakeem, can you begin? Madam Clerk, please provide the public comment instructions.
Yes, Madam Chair. Members of the public wishing to speak on only one item shall be given an opportunity to speak on that item for up to 1 minute. Members of the public speaking on more than one agenda item shall be allowed to speak for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 2 minutes per meeting. Members of the public shall have the opportunity to address the committee on non-agenda items within the subject matter jurisdiction of the committee, referred to as general public comment. Each speaker shall be allowed 1 minute of general public comment per meeting.
Thank you, Mandana. I forgot this part that today we have 14 items on the Transportation Committee agenda, 3 items before both committees. Before we go to the items, Madam CLA, please read any amendments for the Transportation Committee that we need to have introduced into the record.
Madam Chair, we do not have any amendments at this time.
Thank you. Okay, then Hakeem, let's move on to conduct public comment.
Right on. We have 2 members of the public who are signed up for public comment. There's a podium on this side of the room next to the on-air sign. You hear your name, please come up to the podium. Carl Hassan and Kelly Jones. Please let us know the items you wish to speak on, and I'll let you know the time you get.
Hi, Carl Hansen, item 2.
1 minute.
Thank you. Hi, council members. My name is Carl Hansen. I'm the Vice President of Government Relations for Coco Robotics. Coco would like to thank LADOT and City Council for working with us for nearly half a decade now on a tremendously successful program. Our founders started Coco in their UCLA dorm room, and now we're in cities across the world, including Chicago, Miami, and now even Helsinki, Finland. This is truly a local LA success story. Helping take cars off the road, reducing traffic congestion, removing greenhouse gases, and saving small businesses money. Coco has traveled over 1 million miles, eliminating over 1 million pounds of dangerous emissions from the air, while partnering with thousands of local merchants. We support strongly Councilmember Hernandez's motion because we feel this pilot program has been an enormous success, and we are eager to work with LADOT and the council on a framework that allows personal delivery devices to thrive while helping give essential data and information back to the city about sidewalk conditions. It no longer makes sense to have a multi-ton vehicle carrying around small meals.
Thank you. That
Thank
is
you.
your time. Kelly Jones. The item you wish to speak on.
Good morning, Kelly Jones for item number 2.
Thank you. 1 minute.
Sure. Chair, members of the Transportation Committee. Kelly Jones, Government Affairs Manager at Serve Robotics. Serve is deeply committed to being a responsible and collaborative partner with the city. We take pride in being good stewards of the right-of-way, helping to advance the city's transportation and sustainability goals while improving efficiency for over 1,000 local restaurants. By specializing in deliveries under 1.5 miles, our electric robots reduce vehicle trips that cause congestion, double parking, emissions, and more. We also believe in the importance of data-driven collaboration, sharing real-time fleet information with LADOT, and building on that to not just provide data on sidewalk conditions, but information that can help inform the city on infrastructure repairs and other improvements citywide. For over 5 years, SERV has adhered to the city's current program and fee structure that has supported the growth and operations, as well as the creation of over 100 full-time W-2 employees right here in Los Angeles.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
That
much.
is your time. We have no more members of the public sign up for public comment.
Thank you. Now that we've concluded the public comment section, I'd like to close public comment for Transportation Committee. Now let's jump on to our agenda. I'd like to take up non-controversial items. Those would be items 1 through 7 and 13. Madam Clerk, please read the items.
Yes, Madam Chair. Item number 1 is the Los Angeles Department of Transportation, LADOT, report relative to the Bologna Creek Pike Path application submitted to Caltrans 2024 Active Transportation Program, Cycle 7 Call for Projects in June 2024. Item number 2 is a motion, Hernandez Soto Martinez, relative to assessing the Personal Delivery Devices Program and recommendations for improvement. Item number 3 is an LADOT report relative to implementing a local air quality program. This was also referred to the Energy and Environment Committee. Item number 4 is a motion, Hutley, relative to allowing vehicles operated by delivery drivers to park temporarily in restricted parking areas. Item number 5 is a Board of Transportation Commissioners report relative to amending the boundaries of the Santa Monica Highland parking meter zone in Council District 13. Item number 6 is the City Administrative Officer, CAO report relative to applying for the Innovative Finance and Asset Concessions Fiscal Year 2025 Grant Program. This was also referred to the Budget and Finance Committee. Item number 7 is a CAO report relative to authorizing a contract with Synchromatics Corp., DBA GMV Synchromatics, for design, procurement, implementation, support, integration, and maintenance services for new and existing transit technologies. And item number 13 is a CAO report relative to the 2025 First Transportation-related Construction Project Report. This was approved, and the report and the addendum were approved by the Budget and Finance Committee on 10/21/25.
Thank you. On item 1, I recommend we approve the DOT recommendations. On item 2, I recommend we adopt the motion. On item 3, I recommend we note and file the DOT report. On item 4, I recommend we adopt the motion. On item 5, I recommend we concur with the Board of Transportation Commissioners and approve the DOT recommendation. On items 6 and 7, I recommend we approve the CAO recommendations. And on item 13, I recommend we concur in the recommendations of the Budget and Finance Committee. So, Andrew, now I hold these. Okay, so members, we'd like to vote on these as a communication from the chair and the member to head to council.
Okay, and so do I need to call roll for this? Yes, okay, so for the Transportation Committee, Councilmember Hutt,
Yes.
Councilmember Park is absent, Councilmember Hernandez. Yes. Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Nazarian is absent. So this will be a recommendation from the committee chair.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, let's recess the Transportation Committee and move into the special joint committee agenda. Please call the roll for transportation.
For the Transportation Committee, Councilmember Hutt,
Here.
Councilmember Park is absent, Councilmember Hernandez.
Yes.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, and Councilmember Nazarian is absent. So we do not have a quorum for the Transportation Committee. For the Public Works Committee, Councilmember Hernandez.
Wonderful.
No.
Councilmember
Oh,
Padilla.
yes.
Roll.
Here. Thank you.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Hutt.
Here.
The Public Works Committee has a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Members, today we have 3 items before both committees. But before we get into the items, Madam CLA, please read any amendments for the special joint committee into the record.
Madam Chair, we do not public comment.
Thank you. Madam Chair of Public Works?
Thank you, Councilwoman Hutt.
Public comment.
Yes, let's go ahead and open up public comment for this meeting. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Can you please read the rules?
Yes, members of the public wishing to speak on only one item shall be given opportunity to speak on that item for up to 1 minute. Members of the public speaking on more than one item shall be allowed to speak for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 2 minutes per meeting. Members of the public shall have the opportunity to address the committee on non-agenda items within the subject matter jurisdiction of the committee, referred to as general public comment. Each speaker shall be allowed 1 minute, general public comment per meeting.
Thank you. Thank you, Hakeem.
We have no members signed up on the list for public comment for the joint meeting. If there's anyone who wishes to speak, please come over to the podium. Going once, going twice, seeing none, closing public comment.
Wonderful. Public comment is now closed for the special Public Works and Transportation Committee meeting. Thank you, Councilwoman Hutt, for leading the charge on these items. We have items 15 and 16 and 17 before us. May I pass it to you? Do you have any comments, questions on these items?
No.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, Councilwoman Hutt, for leading the charge on this from the Transportation Committee with your own motion on the capital infrastructure plan. I'm looking forward to our committees working closely together to get this vital work done. This work is not happening in a vacuum. The motions in front of us, particularly item 15, build on motions done by Mayor Bass in Executive Directive 9, which got a lot of this conversation started. And it's about creating our city's first ever capital improvement plan. So I want to thank the Mayor's Office, the Board of Public Works for working together on this motion. And right now, we try to cram all these investment decisions during the annual budget process, and it just doesn't give us the time to be strategic. With the 2026 FIFA World Cup and the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games in LA on the horizon, our infrastructure will be tested on the global stage, and we must be prepared. And I'm speaking to item 15. Sorry if I wasn't being clear. So I'm excited to bring this conversation to full council. This will be the first of many in-depth conversations we'll be having about the CIP, Capital Improvement Plan, in the Public Works Committee. This is our chance to be smarter, more coordinated, and build an LA that truly works for everyone, and we're more streamlined and more efficient. So I look forward to this work ahead. But do we have departments that are ready to present on this?
Madam Chair, would you like me to read the item into the record?
Please do. Thank you.
Item number 15 is a motion, Hernandez Yoroslavsky, relative to the city's capital infrastructure planning, project delivery, and interdepartmental coordination efforts. This item was also referred to the Government Operations Committee, which approved it on October 7th.
Wonderful. Thank you, Madam Clerk. So yes, do we have any departments that would like to present on this item? If not, I'm okay going directly to vote, but let me double check. Wonderful. All right, we're gonna go ahead and, Councilwoman Hutt, do you have any comments on this or questions?
Not on 15.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
Wonderful. Madam Clerk, can you please call a roll for this item?
Yes, for the Transportation Committee, Councilmember Hutt,
Yes.
Councilmember Park is absent, Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Nazarian.
Aye.
Motion carries. For the Public Works Committee, Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Hutt.
Yes.
Motion carries for the Public Works Committee.
Wonderful, thank you. Can you please read item 16 into the record?
Yes, Madam Chair. Item number 16 is a motion, Rodriguez Hernandez, relative to streamlining permitting for work in the public right-of-way associated with national and international events hosted in the city.
Wonderful, thank you. Chairman Hutt, do you have any comments, questions?
No comments.
Great,
No.
can we please call the roll on this item?
Okay, for item number 16, for the Transportation Committee, Councilmember Hutt,
Yes.
Councilmember Park is absent, Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Nazarian.
Yes. Aye.
Motion carries for the Transportation Committee. For the Public Works Committee, Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Hutt.
Yes.
Motion carries for the Public Works Committee.
Thank you, and I actually want to take a moment to just put in the record that Councilman Nazarian has joined us. Thank you so much, Councilmember.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Can now Madam Clerk, can you please read item 17 into the record?
Item number 17 is a motion, Hernandez Yoroslavsky, relative to a comprehensive analysis of the resources needed to bring core programs that maintain and repair the city's public right-of-way infrastructure to industry standards or best practices set by the city. This item was also referred to the Government Operations Committee, which approved it on October 21st.
Thank you. I just will share some brief comments on this, and giving gratitude to Councilmember Padilla and my colleagues on the Government Operations Committee for hearing this motion and passing it. I introduced it to get a clear picture of what it will actually take to fix our public right of way and bring our core services up to standard. So we're working on the CIP. The CIP will give us goals, things that we want to prioritize, and knowing those priorities, each of those priorities has industry standards. So how do we start getting our resources to our department to a place where they match our priorities to support the CIP and to get us closer to industry standards, for example, on tree trimming or fixing a sidewalk. So this is one of the reasons why I put this forward, because there's a lot of work being done to streamline the work that we do. Right now, we're living with the consequences of the Great Recession and the cuts that were made to a lot of our departments that were never restored. Residents waiting 1 year for a single streetlight repair, a 17-year tree trimming cycle, broken sidewalks, many of the things that we all are working on. And so for years, I've warned that short-term thinking is putting Angelenos at risk. We can't keep pretending we're saving money by putting off maintenance. We're not. We're spending tens of millions of dollars every year on liabilities, paying for legal settlements instead of investing in upkeep. It's time for a long-term plan to bring our core services back to standards. This motion gets us started. It directs departments to report back on industry standards we should meet. And so please look outside of Los Angeles, look outside of the state, look at where they're doing this and like the work that we do, and maybe better and quicker. There's a lot of things we can look at. So I hope you can take some time to do that. And I'm just very excited about this work. And so this is how we stop patching a broken system and build one that actually works for Angelenos. So I respectfully ask for your support on this item, colleagues. Thank you. Any questions or comments on this item? Wonderful. Madam Clerk, may we please call the roll?
Yes, Madam Chair, for item number 17, Transportation Committee, Councilmember Hutt,
Yes.
Councilmember Park is absent, Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Nazarian.
Aye.
Motion carries for the Transportation Committee. For the Public Works Committee, Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Hutt.
Yes.
Motion carries for the for Public Works Committee.
Wonderful. Thank you. I believe those were all the items on that agenda.
Yes, Madam Chair, the desk is clear for the Joint Public Works and Transportation Committee.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'd like to adjourn Special Joint Committee and move back into Transportation Committee. Now I'd like to take up items 8 through 12. Madam Clerk, can you please read items 8 through 12?
Yes, Madam Chair, and as was stated by Councilmember Hernandez, Councilmember Nazarian is here, and we have a quorum for the Transportation Committee. Item number 8 is a resolution, Harris Dawson Lee, relative to rescinding the council action of February 21, 2023, and establish a new oversized vehicle parking restrictions along a street segment of West 22nd Street in Council District 8. Item number 9 is a resolution, Harris Dawson Lee, relative to establishing oversized vehicle parking restrictions along certain street segments of West 115th Street and West Gage Avenue in Council District 8. Item number 10 is a resolution Park Rodriguez, relative to establishing oversized vehicle parking restrictions along certain street segments of Stoner Avenue, Imlay Avenue, and Lucerne Avenue in Council District 11. Item number 11 is resolution, Blumenfield Lee, relative to establishing oversized vehicle parking restrictions along a street segment of Shoup Avenue in Council District 3. Item number 12 is a resolution, Blumenfield Lee, relative to establishing oversized vehicle parking restrictions along a street segment of Chase Street in Council District 3.
Thank you. On items 8 through 12, I recommend we adopt the resolutions. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Councilmember Hutt,
Yes.
Councilmember Park is absent, Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember,
Sorry. No. Sorry. Thank you.
Councilmember Padilla is absent. Councilmember Nazarian.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'd also like to take a vote on items 1 through 7 and 13.
And those items were read into the record. We want to go ahead and move into the vote for those.
Yes, now that we have a quorum, since Mr.
Okay.
Nazarian.
So for items 1 through 7 and 13,
Correct,
that is Councilmember Hutt,
yes.
Councilmember Park is absent, Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Nazarian.
Yes. Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So now I'd like to move on to the last item of the day, which is item number 14. Can you please read it into the record? Wait, what?
And I'm sorry, for clarification on items 8 through 12, yeah, okay, well, I'll clear it up with the city attorney. Okay, item number 14, I'll read that into the record. It's an LADOT report relative to transit vehicle advertising, the current contract, and the request for proposals issued in 2023.
But this is, oh, it didn't meet the quorum vote. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Okay, so. Okay, on 13. So, Madam Clerk, I have a question because our member wants to ask questions on item number 2. And we just set that vote for 1 through 7 and 13. Can we open it back up so he can ask questions on item 2? It's item 2.
Yeah, regarding the previous vote on the items, there wasn't a quorum, or there were only 2 votes that voted yes, and some members are now 5. So that items did not pass. If you'd had 3 votes, then it would have passed, but
I understand that.
Yeah.
But he has a question on item 2. Can he ask the DOT to come to the table and ask?
yes.
Okay. So, Madam Clerk, since these items didn't get a majority of committee members to support the passage, let's forward those items to the council without recommendation. Eight through 12,
For items 8 through 12.
Right.
Okay,
without recommendation.
okay.
On items 1 through 7, on item number 2, Councilmember Nazarian has a question. You would like DOT to come to the table to?
Yes, if we can just maybe pull item 2 as a special.
Good morning. Laura
Morning.
Livio Cornejo, General Manager, LADOT. I'll just note that the project manager for this item did leave the meeting since it was taken up for a vote, but I'm happy to try to address your question,
But there wasn't a vote.
or since it was
There's
considered.
a vote.
We did vote on it.
We voted on,
There was a vote with a quorum,
Yes.
yeah, because you make a quorum, the 3 of
Yes.
us.
but I didn't hear 1 through 7 being a part of it. I heard 8 through 13 being a part of it. That's what I voted on. Otherwise, I would have earlier on said, I have a question on 2. That was not clear.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm explaining it so that you know why I voted on it, because if I had heard it was 1 through 14, I thought it was just,
It's 1 through 7 and 13.
1 through 7. I didn't hear that. My
And 13.
apologies.
That's okay.
My apologies. Okay. Well, then
I'm
you'll do
happy to-
your best.
I'm happy to try to address your question or commit to reporting back in response to the motion.
I just want to know what work we've done to make sure that the city is not liable.
I'll look to the city attorney, see if
This city attorney, I don't think works on that, will be,
No, but if it's regarding liability, I'll see if the city attorney has any background there. Beyond that, I would presume that with any other permits that we issue for whether it's dockless or personal delivery devices, that there is indemnification language included within that permit that is issued.
Okay, so individuals that, let's say, utilize Lime or any of the scooters, any of the other vendor scooters, if they happen to trip and fall, or if there's something that happens, ultimately the city then has to pay. Has the city not been responsible for anything?
The contractor indemnifies the city. And so for all of the claims that have been filed to date, the operator has paid on behalf of the city all of those claims. I will note that there was one item, which I will look to Michael to address. I'm less familiar with the specifics of it, where there was a one-time payment. And this is for the dockless, is what he's asking about. It's personal delivery devices.
It's different.
Yeah.
I mean, we're happy to, after, if you pass this motion, we can have a conversation with DOT, look at the contract and work on the contract with them to deal with the liability issues if any of the language doesn't, we think it's not strong enough. But at this point, we can't really answer because it's just the motion.
Okay. So as we're moving forward with this, again, had I known, I would have probably either abstained or voted no on it. Only because I want to make sure that whatever language is inserted in this item, for this item, it clearly delineates the city's role and ensures that we are not responsible in any way. That's just if we're going to continue going towards this trend and we're going to continue allowing our limited space of sidewalks to be competed for with multiple different forms of either mechanical or other products competing with human space, traversing space, it's only going to cause more problems, challenges in the future. And I want to make sure that the city's then not on the hook for any type of a circumstance that emanates from programs like this.
We will absolutely include that in our report back in response to this motion.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's my biggest concern. By the way, have we heard anything from our disability community advocates or allies on issues like this? Or even civil liberties groups?
Right. I would look to our project manager for any specifics on conversations that they've had with the disability community.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Cheers.
So what do we do with this item?
The committee took an action. If you wanted to take an action again, you could reconsider the item.
So first we have to vote.
If you don't mind, Madam Chair, it's okay. It was my mistake. I just misheard. So we can just go forward. That's fine.
You're satisfied?
Thank you. So long as I could get some of the comments in, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And I think, are we down to item number 14 now?
Now we're ready to go to item 14. Can you please read it into the record?
Yes, Madam Chair. Item number 14 is an LADOT report relative to transit vehicle advertising, the current contract, and the request for proposals issued in 2023.
Thank you. DOT, can you please come to the table and provide a presentation on this item?
Hello, Janice Smith will be providing you with an overview of the report, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you might have on this item.
Hi, good morning. Oh, can you turn on?
Pull
we go.
it a little closer.
Hi, good morning. Jana Smith, Supervising Transportation Planner 2 over Transit Operations. So the brief overview of this report is providing the status update on our transit vehicle advertising program. We did release an RFP for a new contract in December 2023. Our previous contract for transit advertising services did expire at the end of March 2025. We're still in the process of finalizing and executing that new contract that came out of the RFP. We are moving forward with a new contract, but with the same contractor we had under the previous contract. Under this contract, the transit advertising service provider provides LADOT 60% of the revenue that comes from advertisements placed on LADOT's transit fleet vehicles. And one big change out of the new contract versus the old one is now we're allowing advertisements on all of our newer electric vehicles that were added to the fleet over the last couple of years. So that opens up about 150 more vehicles that are now available for advertising that we didn't have previously. So last year, and these are some updated numbers from what were in the report since we have, that was written a couple of months ago. We have from last fiscal year, we collected about $423,000 in revenue. That's the 60% share that came from the contractor. That all gets deposited into LADOT's Proposition A revenue account. So those funds are then used to get repurposed into our Proposition A funding accounts for things like transit operations, vehicle purchases. And this year, this fiscal year through September, we have received about $97,000 in our share of the advertising revenue funds. Happy to hear any questions about details.
Sure, thank you. I have questions. I'm sure my colleagues do too. So since the new contract is with the same provider, right? Am I correct? Will it be backdated to the expiration on the previous RFP?
Yes, assuming we get full approval for that from city attorney and the mayor's office, who still have to finalize their review of the contract, yes.
And then how much advertising do we currently have on our fleet?
So currently, and again, these are more updated than what's in the report since I just got these a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
We have 79 advertisements that are on the rear of vehicles. We have 96 that are on the outsides, basically, we call it the queen size advertisement. Those are on the sides of the dash vehicles. And we have 73 that are king size, which are on the sides of commuter express vehicles. That's a lot more of the queen size advertisements than we had when we first submitted this report. I haven't checked the details, but my guess is that's probably because we have a lot more on dash vehicles now.
And then on the generation, the 97,000 comes from where?
So our contractor basically negotiates the sale of the advertisement spaces with different advertisers, different companies or organizations. And so the contractor takes in all the payment for the advertisement, for the advertising contracts, and then 60% of it they send directly to LADOT. They are still providing that even though the contract's expired. They're still depositing their share.
Does every one of our vehicles have advertising space on them?
No. I mean, they have space. There's not necessarily an active advertisement on it, though. Most of our vehicles, except for some of our paratransit City Ride or on-demand microtransit LA Now vehicles, are open, available space for advertising. It's not necessarily all full up, though.
So are they having the new old contractor, are they having problems, filling up our ad space?
Relative to a few years ago, yes. A lot of advertisement revenue went down starting with the pandemic. So that was actually, in the previous contract, we also had a minimum annual guarantee that if the advertiser didn't sell enough advertisements, they still had a minimum number they had to transfer to LADOT. We suspended that in 2020 due to just a lack of advertisement, and we had fewer vehicles on the road as well for a time when we suspended a lot of commuter express service. So we don't have that in the new contract anymore. However, I think we're basically, sorry, I'm just thinking through my head about what the revenues look like. They are down compared to what they were a few years ago, but they're fairly close to what the minimum would have been. Because I think at its peak in like 2019, we were making about $1 million a year in revenue, but now we're down to just over 400,000.
So peak, you're saying, is pre-pandemic.
Correct,
And so
yeah.
now we're trying to
think
get back to.
The landscape just changed a lot, not only for the demand for advertising, but also just the investment in advertising and the kinds of companies that were advertising on the buses. It just changed a lot. And I think just due to economic changes as well as changes in how folks are advertising and who's seeing advertisements on our buses.
So that the 423 is what we are to date. So when we get to the end of the year, which is, well, first of all, is to date from July to now or January to now?
July. So
okay.
the 423 was from July 2024 to June 2025. And so, yeah, that's why we've had the 97,000 that we've received for July, August, and September of 2025.
Got it.
So we're on track to be pretty similar to last year.
So you believe that by June 26 will be somewhere around $500,000?
Correct.
And it goes to Prop A?
Correct.
And does any of it go to the general fund?
No.
It's all kept in the DOT special fund?
Correct.
Thank you. And members, do you have any questions? Go right ahead.
Thank you. So 423 for that last year. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and thank you for your work. How much does it cost us to operate this program?
It's a revenue generating contract. So we just make money off of it. So that's why the advertising contractor, they put in all the work and sell all the advertisements and then pay their own bills, and then they deposit that share back into our account.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Any questions?
I wasn't planning on asking any questions about this item, but just out of curiosity, thank you very much for your presentation and for being so on top of your numbers. Is there any conversation or any even thought about potentially looking at how to attract advertisers by giving discounts or figuring out creative ways of increasing the frequency or the number of subscribers so that then over time the rates can go back up to what it needs to be?
I mean, hopefully, that is something we leave up to our contractors who are experts. They do provide they're the providers for transit advertising for other transit fleets in the region, as well as they do other types of advertisement, billboards, things like that. So they're experts in the field, and so we do leave it up to them to use their best judgment in setting rates and negotiating ad buys with different companies. So we do kind of leave it up to them, but they're definitely trying to make more sales as well because they keep 40% of that. So hopefully they will continue to innovate and make new partnerships and be able to find new ways to increase the advertising on the fleet availability that we have.
Not knowing the details of the existing contract or agreements, but do they come to DOT for consultation if there's going to be any changes, or how does that relationship work?
Sometimes for when they do the occasional full wrap advertisements, they do get approval from LADOT for what those are going to look like, but mostly we leave it up to them. We do have provisions in the contract, guidelines for what kind of content can be included and excluded, things like that, but mostly we leave it up to them and their judgment to make deals with companies that want to advertise.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any more questions, members? Thank you so much. That was a very positive report. We appreciate that. Let's see. Are there any objections to note and filing the DOT report, members? Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Madam Chair. Councilmember Hutt,
Yes.
Councilmember Park is absent, Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Padilla is absent, Councilmember Nazarian.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, are there any additional business before us?
Madam Chair, the desk is clear.
Thank you, committee members, members of the public, city family. Have a great day. This meeting is adjourned.